In this video, I'll guide you through how to add DNS records in Cloudflare step by step so you know exactly what each setting means and how it affects your website. Let's start from your Cloudflare dashboard. Once you're logged in, you'll see a list of all the domains you've added to your account. First, choose the domain you want to configure from that home list. This is important because each domain has its own separate DNS settings, and you want to be sure you're working on the correct one, especially if you manage multiple sites. After selecting your domain, look over to the left-hand sidebar. Here you'll see different sections for things like overview, security, and so on. Click on the DNS section and then choose records. This is where all of your existing DNS records live and where you'll be creating new ones or editing old ones to control how traffic is routed for your domain. To add a new DNS record, click the Add Record button. This opens a form where you'll enter the key details for the record you're setting up. There are 4 core fields you need to pay attention to: type, name, the IPv4 address or target, and the proxy status. Start with the type field. This tells Cloudflare what kind of DNS record you're creating. Common types include A records, which point a domain or subdomain to an IPv4 address; CNAME records, which point to another host name; MX records, which direct email for your domain; and TXT records, often used for verification or security settings like SPF. Choose the type that matches the instructions from your hosting provider, email service, or app you're connecting. Next, fill in the name field. This is the part of the domain you're setting up. If you want the record to apply to your root domain, like yourdomain.com, simply use the symbol @. That tells Cloudflare this record is for the main domain. If you're creating a subdomain, like blog.yourdomain.com, just type blog as the name. Cloudflare will automatically attach your main domain to it. Now move to the IPv4 address or target field. What you put here depends on the record type. For an A record, this is typically an IP address given to you by your hosting provider. For a CNAME record, this will usually be another host name, such as a service endpoint or provider's URL. Always copy this value exactly as your provider gives it, since even small typos can cause your site or service to stop working. The last key option is proxy status. This controls whether Cloudflare's network sits in front of your server or not. If you select ProxAdd, shown with an orange cloud, traffic to that record will pass through Cloudflare. This gives you performance features like caching, as well as security protection. If you choose DNS only with a grey cloud, traffic goes directly to your server without using Cloudflare's proxy. DNS only is often recommended for mail records or when you're doing an initial SSL setup and need a direct connection. Once all 4 fields are filled in correctly and you've double-checked your entries against the instructions from your provider, click Save. Cloudflare will add the record to your DNS table and it will begin to propagate. DNS changes can take a bit of time to update across the internet, so don't worry if you don't see the effects immediately. That's all there is to it. By carefully choosing the record type, setting the correct name and target, and understanding when to use proxied versus DNS only, you can confidently manage your DNS records in Cloudflare.